Ma'am, pa-next pa po. Sige pa po, ma'am. So our topic for today is about the digital wave, which is the social media and online communication. Like this, impact, navigating trends, and practicing online etiquette. Next po, ma'am. Next pa po.
Wait lang, susunod lang ulit namin. Okay.
So ngayon, i-define po natin yung social media. Sabi po dito, serving as a primary channel for communication, information dissemination, entertainment, community building, professional networking, marketing, and commerce, profoundly shaping personal life. Then, naglagay po ako ng examples dito. Next po, na sure ako na makaka-relate po tayo at na-experience na natin yung mga common platforms like sa Facebook, YouTube, Gmail, TikTok, Shopee, at saka kay GCash. Next po. Now ngayon, dadako tayo sa role in modern life. So first is communication and connection. So dito po sa communication and connection, social media provides a convenient way to communicate, share ideas, and stay connected with friends, family, and colleagues across the globe. So, like example po sa Facebook natin, gamit kay Facebook, dito po natin na-reach out yung mga family po natin na nasa abroad. Dito tayo nagko-communicate and nag-share din ng ideas gamit ng GC natin like dito sa kapag may mga project tayo or reporting. And we are stay connected also with our colleagues pag about naman po sa mga trabaho po. And pangalawa po na role ng in modern life is information and news, which it has become a major source for news and information dissemination, allowing users to access updates and discussions on current events. So, ang social media ang laki ng tulong sa atin dahil ngayon hindi na lang sa TV natin nakakasagap ng information and news about sa mga nangyayari sa bansa natin, kundi dito rin sa Facebook gano'n, palaging lumalabas mga timeline natin sa mga nangyayari na events sa bansa natin kaya we're always updated na. And next na role in modern life is entertainment, which platforms offer a vast array of entertainment options from videos and online games to sharing personal interest. And next na role in modern life is professional and commerce, which it supports professional networking, job hunting, and act as a platform for e-commerce and selling products. So dito na experience na rin natin, I'm sure na palaging meron tayong nakikita na nag-o-offer ng job sa Facebook pa lang, may mga nag-a-advertise doon, job hunting, like yung mga pages na naghahanap na may job hunting sa mga work, ganon, and act as a platform for e-commerce, yung sa Shopee, doon tayo nag online shopping para kung tamad tayo na bumili sa physical store, meron na din through online. And last na role in modern life is identity and relationships, which social media influences identity formation and plays a significant role in forming and maintaining interpersonal relationships, including romantic connections. Next po. So, here, the power of connection, how social media revolutionized connection. First is global reach, which connects people worldwide instantly. So sinabi ko nga kanina na gamit pa lang sa messenger natin ay na-reach out na natin yung mga malayo sa atin. Like yung mga family natin na nagtatrabaho abroad. So we can reach them through our video call. Then second is shares information. Let's users share thoughts, news, and ideas. So gamit pa lang sa uh, dito sa ano natin shares ko information, um, like sa mga GC natin kapag may mga project tayo dun tayo nagbe-brainstorming. Then ganun din sa mga news and ideas. And next po is builds communities which it help people connect, form communities and discuss shared interests. Next po. Um, itong part na 'to is kay Flora po pero try ko din po na ano, i-report. So now let's move on the impact of social media on society. So the positive impacts is global connectivity, how it connects people across borders for for personal, professional, and political. Uh, Ayan, sa first na how it connects people across borders, ito po na, social media po. Opo,
Kaya
sa
ako na lang.
positive. Ay, thank you po.
Okay, the impact of social media on society. So the positive impact is all about the global connectivity. On the global connectivity, it builds on how we connect people across borders for personal, professional, and political purposes. Of course, since we are already using ICT, so wherever you are globally, we can connect, especially yung mga may mga family abroad, diba? We could easily connect. We can easily have a connection to them. They can be updated on what's happening to their loved ones abroad. In a professional naman, if someone is working abroad, they have some businesses in yung ba, nag-travel sila abroad like that, they become updated to what is happening in their company. And on political purposes, just like what is happening nowadays in our government, where even the president travel from here to Kuala Lumpur ba, yung kung saan nagkaroon ng ano, ng accident. Okay, Thailand. Thailand ba yan? So, hindi ko na maalala. Basta nung nag-travel nung si Bongbong Marcos, so we become updated to what is happening. Kung saan-saan man siya pumupunta. Like for example, pumunta siya ng Korea, nag-sign siya ng mga businesses doon. And gagamit na natin yung ICT para maging updated tayo on what is happening on our government. And nagkakaroon din ng democratization of information. On this part, it empowers individuals to be content creators and journalists bypassing traditional media gatekeepers. So, in this part, hindi na lang yung mga journalists talaga yung naglalabas ng mga issue or yung mga topics na kailangan malaman ng mga mamamayan. Just like for example, yung pagkakaroon ng mga ghost project, di ba? Through the use of social media, the people in the Philippines have been updated sa mga nangyayari in the whole Philippines na meron palang mga ghost project tayo. And sa mga content creators, di ba? So, ang ano lang kasi nito is that um, because of the advancement of technology that like for example the AI, it helps some things na which can yung bang nakakagawa sila ng mga fake news. Kahit sabihin na natin that through the use of social media we become updated. But some people, they cannot really hindi na makita kung ano yung totoo at hindi because of those AIs. Pero ito kasi yung through the use of Google, nagkakaroon ng mga pinagkakakitaan din ng mga content creators natin. Diba napapansin mo, ang dami na natin content creators na lumiyan. And through the use of this ICT method, is hindi na nila kailangan mag-isip ng trabaho. They could just do content and then pag may mga views na siya, may mga likes and everything. Ayan, so nababypass na yung mga, kasi yan, nababypass yung mga traditional media newspapers. Hindi na lang tayo nag-expect doon sa mga newspapers and everything. Every news na ngayon is we could watch that live. Naka-live na siya. And pagdating naman sa mga social movements, explain how social media facilitates activism and social change. So, nagkakaroon na rin tayo ng mga social movements. Diba? Napapansin nyo ngayon doon sa mga sa social media, marami yung mga activists na, halimbawa, they are against to sa PEA, halimbawa, ito yung mga activists na against sila sa mga cruelty ng mga pets, mga ganon. So, through the use of social media, na i-spread nila yung awareness kung gaano ba kalaga ang buhay ng mga alagang hayop. Meron din kung paano natin pangangalagaan yung ating environment, as well as on how on what is happening now in the politics. They inform us, binubuksan nila yung isip ng mga tao para maintindihan nila ano ba yung mga nangyayari natin sa politics natin. So, ang ginagawa naman yung mga president natin is why not make it live, especially pagdating doon sa mga budgeting. Sabi niya, kung magka ng mga budget, approval and everything, why don't you put it online para malaman din ng taong bayan kung saan talaga nakikita yung mga budget na ilalaan nila para sa bansang Pilipinas. Ano pa? Ilang slide ba siya?
Dalawa lang po.
Kasi ito, okay. Dating naman dito sa ating misinformation and disinformation, okay, on this part, it is really a negative impact. So the rapid spread of false content and fake news can have serious real-world consequences. Meron talaga siyang negative effect. Kasi some people are creating fake news and everything, and those people are really believing on those information, nagkakaroon ng kaguluhan, di ba? It's like what yung mga nakikita nyo ngayon sa social media. Halimbawa, may naglabas doon na walang pasok. Hindi mo tinitingnan kung saang site ba yun galing, kung saan kaninong tao ba yung galing, o kaninong page mo yung galing. Nakita mo lang, natulog ka na. Pag-gising mo pala, that is a fake news. Wala naman palang naka-indicate talaga na walang pasok. And yet, ma-absent ka na natin. So, yun yung isa sa mga nangyayari na ngayon na before you believe on some content na nakapost sa social media, make sure na hanapin mo yung totoong pinagmulan ng mga news na yun. Huwag tayong basta-basta naniniwala. Kasi talaga, it can really have a serious real world consequences. Pag naniniwala tayo sa mga fake news na yun. Kaya kailangan mag-ingat tayo, mag-matcha. Kailangan alamin natin if oo hindi yung mga nakapost sa social media, especially nowadays ng mga AIs na talaga. Those AIs can really create something that nakaka-confuse kasi yung paggawa ng mga AI video. Alam talaga, ang hirap kasi minsan, sa biglang tingin, maniniwala ka that that is a real video. Pero, pag inulit mo siyang panoorin, you would just tignan mo yung mga nakakaloob din sa video, may mga mapapansin ka doon yung mga hindi pala makatotohan yan. Pero nakaka-confuse, diba? It's really very confusing. Pagdating naman sa mental health concerns natin, discuss the links to anxiety, depression, and low esteem due to social comparison and cyberbullying. If we are too much dependent, pag nagiging addicted na tayo sa paggamit ng social media, that everything na lang is post natin or kung may nagko-comment sa mga post natin, is nasataktan na tayo, yung mga ganun. Kasi through the use of our devices kasi minsan, nawawalan tayo ng human-to-human interaction. Diba? Yung mga ganong part. And kagaya rin ba yung cyberbullying, diba? Some other people kasi, they're trying to express freely in social media without thinking what will happen to that person na ma-hurt nila. Diba, I always tell you, you always um, consider that that person is that the person who is using that device is still a human being. May nararamdaman pa rin siya. So, lagi nang tatandaan na huwag kayong kung ano yung the way you act personally in real life, dapat ganun din kayo virtually. You should always bring your digital ethics. Kasi kung ano nga yung ginawa mo sa kapwa mo, ganyan yung gagawin sa'yo. Para hindi tayo makasakit ng kapwa natin, diba? We need to mindful of what we post online. Hindi yung basta-basta lang tayo na nag-comment at sabi ng mga masasakit na salita. Kasi kung minsan, kahit yung simpleng biruan lang sa business, hindi natin alam, yung binibiro pala natin doon, maikli lang ng punto niya. May nasaktan siya. Didigdigin lang yun. Kaya yung nangyari dun sa anak ni si Eman, alam niyo si Eman, nangyari sa kanya, diba? She is also, nabully din kasi siya tungkol sa ng anxiety, depression, ganun, hanggang sa bumagsak na yun sa suicide. So, ayaw naman siguro natin na meron kaibigan tayo na masaktan, yan, sa yung gano'n, o sa'yo yung mangyari yung gano'n. Kaya kailangan, we also need to limitahan din natin yung paggamit natin. Huwag yung too much na nakadepende na tayo talaga doon, yung parang siya yun na talaga yung buhay natin. We also still need to consider those persons around us, not just only on social media. Okay, next. Sino ang next?
Si Mr. Olpindo.
Mr. Olpindo. Next. Ito si Mr. Olpindo. Wala din ba siya? Ha?
Wala ata mga nag-join.
Pero, hindi siya player.
Hindi ko po alam. Wala
Absent
naman.
Ha? O, yung leader na lang
Absent lang.
discuss narod nito. Yung leader. Wala? Okay, debate is a social media a tool for liberation and control. Okay, argument for liberation. When we talk about liberation, we're talking about liberty. Diba? Ayan. So, it gives voices to the marginalized. So, sino ba yung mga marginalized? So, through the use of social media, they speak what they thought na akala nila is tama. So, ano nararamdaman nila? Pinopost na lang nila. So, it's also a platform for free speech and protest. So, anyone could post anything what they feel. Anyone could say and negative things to anyone. Kasi nga, this is a free place to speak what you thought is alam mo na yun yung tama. So, it allows for the formation of diverse interest-based community. So, hindi niya niya pinipili. Bata, matanda, mayaman, mahirap. As long as ang alam nila is through the use of social media, they could speak freely what they really want to say. Kahit alam na nila na hindi na ito maganda, dahil nakakapagod sila ng puso nila. As long as they speak na i-post nila kung ano yung gusto nilang sabihin. I-protest nila kung ano yung mga nakikita nila sa um, sa environment nila. Halimbawa, there's someone na may nakagawa sa kanilang hindi maganda. They just post it on social media. Meron silang napuntahan na, di ba, halimbawa is yung iba if they're just showing you a part of the video without showing the whole video to gain sympathy para maka-gain sila ng mga sympathy, magkaroon sila ng maraming views, comments, mga ganon. Sila yung kampihan ng mga tao. Yun yung way nila kasi para mailabas nila yung kalooban nila o ipakita nila kung ano yung gusto nila nilang ipakita. That is on the liberation part. Itong next, sino naman to?
Si Mr. Elpino din po.
Siya din. Okay, when we talk about the argument of control, we're talking about control. It is an algorithm wherein it manipulates what you see, creating echo chambers. So on here, on that word control, minamanipulate lang nila kung ano yung gusto lang nilang ipakita sa atin. Sige, halimbawa, doon sa um, ano ba yung mga part na they're trying to manipulate us. For example, yung mga balita. Yan. They're not showing everything. They're trying to, may mga bias kasi ng mga reporters that they only post what they want us to see. Diba? Kung na nakakapag-create ng confusion, ng kaguluhan, ganon, o nakakakata ng mga tao, it's like it's really true or what. Kasi they're really trying to manipulate us. Ito lang yung gusto namin ipakita. Kumbaga, targeted advertising and surveillance and government and corporation can use platforms for propaganda. So, pwede rin nilang gamitin yan para sa mga propaganda kasi ibig sabihin is, ito lang yung gusto namin ipakita sa mga tao. Kinokontrol namin, hindi namin kailangan ipakita sa lahat. Yung dapat na makita ng mga tao. Kumbaga, from the word itself, na control, they're trying to control everything. They're not allowing us to see what is really beyond those things. Yun yung part na yun. Ano pa? Meron pa? O kanina naman to? Sa kanya din ba?
Kay Antonio Molina po.
Nandyan ba siya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Molina.
The next is the media analysis case study. The source is the video was posted by the Facebook page Pinas Update, which typically shares political news and trending clips involving government officials. The original speaker is Senator Robin Padilla delivering a speech during a Senate session. Ito ay galing sa Pinas Update sa Facebook. Tampok at tinampok si Robin Padilla, ginawa para ipahayag ang opinyon niya tungkol sa mga korupsyon. Next, ma'am.
What is that? Liberation or control? Ano yung ginawa ni Robin Padilla? Is that a liberation or a control? Nung nag-speech siya, hindi niyo ba napanood yan? Yung totoong nangyari nung nag-speech si Robin Padilla.
Yung short lang po, yung about sa pagkabanggit na yung term na hanggat may baha, may baya. And I think it's a liberation po.
Yes, celebration. Kasi, di ba, sinasabi niya kung ano yung sa loob niya. Okay na, wait lang. Ako pala yung taga-net. Nakalimutan ko ako pala yung taga-net. Ayan. Yan na. Motive.
And the motive is to express his opinion on corruption using the metaphor buhaya or crocodile to symbolize corrupt individuals. Purpose of Pinas Update: to inform and engage the public by sharing viral or controversial political statements that attract attention and online discussion.
Okay. So, in this part, it is really a liberation. Diba? Because he's expressing his own opinion on corruption. Yun yung express what he thought is, yun yung um, yun yung belief niya.
The next is the audience. The primary audience is Filipino Facebook users, particularly those who follow political updates and social issues. It appeals to audiences by using figurative language and humor, making a serious issue, corruption, more relatable in private or supporters. It highlights Padilla's boldness and honesty. For critics, it can be viewed as a political political job or exaggeration, sparking debate. Next,
Core message.
core messages. The statement implies that corruption bias persists wherever there is crisis or opportunity bahak. It is a commentary on the persistent issue of corruption in government and society.
Mhm. This project. But
Bias or perspective. The quote carries a critical tone toward government officials who exploit disasters. It also reflects a populist perspective, positioning, positioning Padillas as a voice of the people against corrupt leaders. However, it generalizes all officials as corrupt, which may be viewed as bias or oversimplified.
mm, siyempre meron pa rin namang matitino siguro na mga politics ng politicians natin. Dapat hindi niya generalize din. Kasi he also as one of those politicians, hindi pwede rin natin siyang sabihin buhay kasi generalize na sila na silang lahat is corrupt. Platform impact. Dami, 16 natin.
Platform impact. The video went viral on Facebook, getting 61K plus likes, 7K shares, and 2.1 million views. Its popularity sparked debate and different reactions, with both supportive and critical comments making it even more visible.
Next, issue for reaction paper. Sinong next
Kayo,
naman?
kayo Roslyn po pero ano po, isa din po siyang player. So, issue for action paper or visual commentary, our topic about this is the authenticity crisis in the age of AI-generated content. Prompt with the rise of AI-generated content, example, deepfakes, AI art, automated text. Next po. So how do we determine what is real on social media? First, look for unnatural features, example, weird body parts, inconsistent lighting. Second, use tools to analyze and detect AI generated content. Third is verify information sources to ensure credibility. So, about po sa uh, usually na ay palagi nating na-encounter 'to na lalo na sa mga content creator, they are mostly shared AI and madami namang naniniwala lalo na sa mga matatanda na like sa mga gawa-gawa ng mga karamihan kasi ng mga nagko-content creator ngayon is para kumita lang kaya nagse-share na sila ng kahit ano-ano ng video na ginagawa nilang AI. Like yung mga tao na nagmumukhang tao na kung ano-ano ng ginagawa at yung mga nakahuli daw ng mermaid, gano'n. And madami namang itong mga matatanda naman na 'to naniniwala naman nagmumukhang tao po. Ay, aso ang tao na nagmumukhang tao like mga gano'n. Then yung mga at kung ano-ano pa ma'am na ginagawa nila gamit yung mga AI po. And tsaka yung about naman sa detect AI generated content. Use tools to analyze and detect AI-generated content and verify information sources for credibility. Hindi lang din sa mga images, gano'n din po sa mga ginagawa natin like yung mga assignments gano'n. Lalo na 'pag essay search mo lang kay ChatGPT gano'n. Then may mga ginagamit din tayo na kung paano i-detect na yun pala ay naka-AI. So what are the ethical implications and consumers? First, creators should be transparent about using AI. Second, consumers should be vigilant to avoid spreading misinformation. And third, both creators and consumers should promote transparency, fairness, and respect for intellectual properties. Next na po.
Ibig sabihin that if someone is using AI, they should indicate that those things came from really AI. Parang ma-inform talaga yung mga nakakakita. Para hindi nako-confuse, di ba? Kasi talaga, through the use of AI, ayan, it becomes very rampant nowadays. They are using really that one to spread misinformation in social media.
Audience task. The term audience task in writing refers to the idea that when communicating, the writer must consider both who the audience is and the specific task or purpose of the writing. Sarah says, write a 1 to 2 page essay about your thoughts and feelings on a topic. Second, briefly summarize the topic. Then focus on your reactions and analysis. And third, support your opinion with evidence or example. Visual commentary. First, create a visual piece, example video, collage, infographic, your perspective. Second, use images, symbols, and limited text to communicate. And third, be creative and impactful in conveying your point of view.
Silang next. Next.
Mina,
Wala ba?
Mina, Mina Bailok,
Makain ba siya? Miss Bailong? Ano? Bailong?
Wait,
Gaya.
ma'am.
Wala akong naririnig. Narinig ba ka?
Dinaling baylok daw.
Wala kaming naririnig. May Nalin Bailok? Miss Bailok, where are you?
Ma'am, wait lang, nag-awan signal ko.
Makigamit ka na dyan kay Charina.
Basta na. Wait lang, ma'am. Basta naman, may lang. Mainit. Vi- Video first content. Ano ko lang? Video first content, the committed dominance of short form video, TikTok Reels short. In 2025, video content, particularly short form formats, continues its undeniable reign across social media platforms. Videos are not just a preference but a necessity for engagement, generating significantly more shares than text or image-based content and
Yun muna para mapag-aralan.
accounting for over 8% of total internet content consumption. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Short remains at the forefront driving this trend. Video first content, dito makikita kung gaano kalakas ang influence ng videos sa social media, lalo na yung mga short forms videos like TikTok Reels and YouTube Shorts. Hindi na siya basta katuwaan lang ng mga users. Naging necessity o mahalaga na talaga siya ngayon. Mapapansin natin na mas mabilis nang mag-viral ang videos kumpara sa mga image or text post kasi mas interactive at mas nakakakuha ng emotion at attention ng viewers. In fact, more than 80% ng total internet usage ngayon ay galing na sa video content, kaya karamihan ng brands, influencers at businesses ay focus na sa paggawa ng videos dahil dito nanggagaling ang matataas na engagement tulad ng likes, comments, shares, and saves.
Saka rin sila kumikita din. As long as you have 5K followers and then consistent ka na nag-upload. I think at least 5 videos in a day, yan, makakaroon ka na ng, kikita ka na daw. Sabi nila. Wala pa ako nun.
Manay ko na. Gusto mo na sa pera? Ay, naka-open.
Group 3, sabi mo ko. Alam mo lang sasalita tayo no.
Mina, hindi pa tapos yung report mo.
Hindi ba nila alam yung mga parts nila? Na kailangan pa silang sinasabihan.
Mamay, Next is AI integration. How AI is being used in content creation, analytics, and personalization. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is embedded of social media 2025, fundamentally reshaping how users interact with platforms and engage their audience. AI's role expanding out outputs. Malaki na rin ang naging role ng artificial siya, pero ngayon isa na siyang mga core drivers ng content creation at engagement. For example, yung mga recommended for you, posts or videos na tugma sa interest natin. AI na mismo ang nag-a-analyze ng behavior natin na para magbigay ng personalized content. Ginagamit din ng mga creators ang AI para gumawa ng captions, mag-edit ng videos, mag-generate ng ideas at mag-check ng performance ng post nila. Dahil dito, napapadali na ang content production at mas napapalalim pa ang connection ng mga brands sa audience kasi mas personalized na yung experience. Next. I-password mo na lagi. 199. 997. Moving on to social commerce, the rise of in-app shopping and how platforms are becoming direct marketplaces. Social commerce has emerged as a powerhouse, transforming social media platforms into direct marketplaces where discovery and purchase seamlessly merge. This trend reflects a significant shift in consumer behavior towards product discovery and buying direct without social feeds. Dito napagsasama na ang social media at online shopping sa isang platform. Ibig sabihin, habang nagbo-browse ka or nanonood ng reels or live selling, pwede ka nang bumili agad sa loob mismo ng app. Dahil dito, mas nagiging impulsive at mas mabilis ang buying behavior ng consumers. Ang social media platform ngayon ay hindi na lang pag-entertain, naging marketplace na rin sila, kaya karamihan ng brands nag-a-adjust na ng strategy papunta sa real-time engagement and selling para mas direktan nilang makausap at makabenta sa kanilang audience. And lastly, we have community-led growth. Engage communities. In 2025, the focus on social media shifts from superficial metrics like followers counts to cultivating genuine, highly engaged communities. This approach emphasizes loyalty, advocacy, and sustained interaction over broad, less impactful reach. Nagbabago na yung sukatan ng social media success. Hindi na sapat ng madami kang followers kung hindi naman sila engaged. Ang mas mahalaga ngayon ay ang pagbuo ng tunay na community, mga loyal na supporters, at nakikilahok ng discussion, nagko-comment at nagiging advocates ng brand or creators. Ibig sabihin, mas pinapahalagahan na ngayon ang long-term relationships kaysa sa pansamantalang engagement. From being number-based, lumipat na tayo sa value-based community building kung saan ang importante ay connection, trust, at loyalty ng audience.
Ngayon, dito naman tayo sa online etiquette guide, the golden rule of netiquette, remember the human. So the first key rules are tone is everything, which be mindful that text lacks emotion, avoid sarcasm unless it's clear. So, let's be kind, treat others online with respect and kindness. Next po. Think before you post. The internet is permanent. Don't post anything you would not want a future employer or professor to see. So dito hindi lang sa about sa business or katrabaho, ganun din sa social life mo. Kasi dun sa ang dami na rin nating na-encounter dito na post lang ng post, mga parinigan sa social media 'pag may problem sila sa family nila or mga kapitbahay nila, and alam naman natin na meron din kaso about sa mga gano'n. So, let's be careful about posting po. Next po, ma'am. Respect privacy, never share personal information or screenshots of private conversations without permission. So, don't share personal info or private conversations without permission. Kaya, sana wag, lalo na pag sa GC ng mga circle of friends, hindi po natin alam na may mga plastic pala doon. Baka kung ano mga sinabi-sabi nyo, din share naman sa iba. So, let's be wise din. Next po. Fact check, don't share information without verifying its credibility. So, make sure what you share is true and accurate. Yun lang po. Next, ma'am. So, In conclusion, social media is a tool and its impact depends on how we use it. By being informed, critical, and responsible, we can harness its power for positive change and make it easy to stay connected and share with others, no matter where you are in the world. Yun lamang po, ma'am.
Okay, so
Wala kami naririnig.
or any clarification from the classmates, meron ba tayong hindi naintindihan sa report nila? Very ano naman po din, kasi lahat naman talaga tayo is magamit na lang ng social media. And it is really our responsibility to become a responsible user. Yun na lang yung masasabi ko. We really need to become a responsible user every time that we are in the meeting with diba? We need to use social media as a power for positive change, not for an negative one. Patatanda na lang natin lagi that um, every everything that we do, mapa-virtual man yan, mapa-real life man yan, um, is it really reflect us. Kaya we really need to become a responsible person, mapa-virtual man yan or in real life man yan. So, meron ba tayong mga clarification? May mga parts ba tayo na hindi naintindihan? Classmates, meron ba kayong mga question? Pag wala, send na lang kayo ng heart para sa mga reporters natin. Heart. Yan, may marami kayong heart. Yan. So, okay, kung wala nang question or clarification, let's open our cam na for the documentation. Diba? Nakita ko sa main campus, kahit nasa main campus ako mag-online class ako. Yan, open cam. Smile, smile. O, bakit nagtatago kayo dyan? Okay, smile na. Kung hindi nag-open cam, i-absent ko. Bahala kayo. Smile, 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 smile. Ayan, thank you. Thank you, class. Sige, salamat. I'll be waiting for the next report next week. Yan, abang-abang sa mga quizzes. Okay? Sige, bye-bye. Guys, thank you.
Thank you and
Bye, ma'am.
goodbye.
Bye.